So a team moving not across LA because they play in the same stadium. Yeah.
Staying right where we are.
Arena. Staying in the exact same building. A team that we both predicted to run away with the conference and probably the NBA championships this summer. The Clippers. I mean, have you got anything to say before I just end up roasting them?
I feel like they're the Sixers of the West.
Yeah.
They had such a good team, a deep team as well, and they were heavy favourites to come through in the playoffs. And they've disappointed, in part because of injury, same with the Sixers, in part of having such a new team, they're still yet to really build chemistry, and it doesn't help when PG was out at the start of the season, and then Kawhi is missing games for load management. So I just feel they haven't really had a chance to gain team cohesion. With Kawhi missing so many games, are they ever going to gain that sort of...
No.
We never know, I suppose. Or Kawhi will just end up doing Kawhi stuff in the playoffs.
Well, yeah, the big problem is the team cohesion, and that is my problem with the Clippers. I get that you need to do the all load management with Kawhi because he's a 40-year-old man and his body doesn't work. And I get that obviously PG's a lot more efficient, playing more efficiently, not points-wise, I mean like actually turning up for games with his brand new shoulders that he said he gained over the summer. But the cohesion is a problem, and you're not really going to build much... Because with players like PG and Kawhi, yes, they can carry a team by themselves, but it's a very different game from carrying a team by yourself and having two superstars together, and they need to play regularly together. So obviously, while they've both been out, Montrezl Harrell and Lou Williams been picking up the slack, and they had some things to say about how their team's been playing. Montrezl Harrell said, "We're not a great team. We're not a great team." Why do you say it twice for? we're not a great team. I think that's what we need to realise and wake up. We're a team that still has to figure out things to win night in and night out. And Lou Williams said, we're getting to the halfway point. It's only so much longer we can say we're figuring it out. We got to start figuring it out. We got to start figuring it out.
It sounds just like the Sixers.
It's the same problem with the Sixers.
Yeah.
But I don't want to say... Well, yeah, I'm going to say it. The Clippers have more, game winners. Whereas, Montrezl Harrell, Lou Williams, PG and Kawhi, if one of them played, they could still get, a 120 win. Because that player could put up 30. Where if you look at Philly, if Ben Simmons doesn't play, Embiid... I wouldn't trust... if Embiid didn't play, I wouldn't trust Ben Simmons to do it by himself. And if Embiid and Simmons didn't play, you wouldn't trust Jay Rich, Toby, and Al Horford to do it themselves because they're not those type of players. So they do need to figure out the Clippers, but not as much as Philly need to. But I mean, we've spoken enough about Philly.
But then again, with the Clippers, you mentioned they got those four players who could all score 30 points on any given night. But the Sixers only have maybe two. That's not a great thing to have as a team. If you've got four players who can all average 30, 25, let's say just 25, they could all average 25 if they wanted to. That's a problem because there's only one ball. And they all aren't going to get the shots they want. And they'll have to make the bigger adjustment. Because on our team, Jay Rich and Horford, they're not expecting to shoot. Same with Ben, he's not going to shoot. So I feel it's a tough thing for the Clippers and their players to adjust to not shooting and not being allowed to shoot as often.
And that's what I'm saying. With this constant load management and Kawhi barely playing any games, they said that they'd start getting him in back-to-backs closer to the playoffs. But is that too late? Because two superstars with PG and Kawhi, they need to have just start now. And if because the worst possible scenario is you play Kawhi every game and PG every game and Harrell and Lou Williams and they all learn to play together and then they're ready for the playoffs and you go and win the playoffs. That's the best possible outcome. Worst possible outcome is Kawhi gets injured after playing 2 back-to-backs. He's out for the season. But then you don't have to worry about load management Kawhi, and you can concentrate on building the team around PG and using Harrell and Lou Williams and try and win the playoffs. Because last season, PG proved that he can carry a team. I mean, Russ, career low in numbers, and PG put career high in every single stat line. So he's definitely, if he didn't go to the Clippers and he stayed at OKC and Russ left and everything, he'd be the leader in the team. he's at that point in his career now where he can be a leader and carry a team.
But being Kawhi, a very quiet bloke, he's not the leader of that team. And
No, but like on the basketball court
Yeah.
with points and performances, he is.
but also with Kawhi, you're in the prime of your career. You're like in your mid to late 20s. Why and how do you have the body of a 45-year-old athlete? I don't get how he can't play in back-to-backs. Like with Embiid, he's 7'2" and overweight. Fair enough, he shouldn't be able to play in back-to-backs. With Kawhi, he's 6'7". He's not even overweight. Yeah, he has a good frame. And just why? I don't get. Does he have a chronic injury with his knees where he just literally cannot move? Or because if there's anything less than that, he should be able to play. By now at least, because it's been so long. With Toronto last year, he never played in back-to-backs. He always took nights off. So surely by now, he should be fixed. But it seems like it's even worse because his performances aren't even up to the level it was last year.
I say Kawhi retires and they let the Clippers play without him.
I think Kawhi's going to be a type of player who retires at 32, or just walks away from the game, from injuries.
And you definitely will be a pundit because that man has no personality.
He's a fun guy.
He's not a fun guy.